So, if I were to tell you a few days ago, me and Joseph made an entire video about something and it became pointless the next day, you probably would not believe me. Well, no, that's exactly what happened. That's why I'm having to redo that whole entire video right now. So, yeah, unfortunately, the whole talk of 1.17 and everything going on, the reset, like just everything about it has been probably really taking a toll on everyone on the server here. And me and Joseph finally decided to sit down and make the plan of what we're doing, which didn't really pan out too well because that whole video basically became voided the next day with Mojang's announcement to split 1.17 into two different updates. Not cool. I'm not a big fan of that at all. But yeah. So I'm gonna kind of go over my thoughts about them splitting this update into two parts. If you want to hear more in depth than me, Cass, Red, and Bitten Spider talk about it, there's gonna be a Pimp My Podcast episode coming up soon about the 1.17 split that we're all going to talk about, and I'm going to get really heated in that discussion, so stay tuned for that. But yeah, it's not going to be a very fun. It's just not a very fun situation for the server because I understand that they're doing it for like a hardware limitations or whatever the hell they're using, which I don't really understand. I'm pretty sure Mojang working with Microsoft, they can pretty much do anything they want pretty much and update this game and get it out on time. But I don't really know what Mojang's trying to pull here because it's just weird to think that for the longest time now they've never released an update on time. Never. So it just doesn't really make any sense to me because why would they start to care about that now when the people over in Bedrock Edition like just constantly just complain about it. It doesn't make any sense. After being a Bedrock Edition player, when they release an update in two parts, it's everything about bug fixes for the first update. It basically gets voided. Any big issues get voided until the main release of the second part. And if that's going to be like 6 to 7 months away, that's scary. Especially for like Java Edition here, which is one of the like it's basically the master version of Minecraft. Like everyone likes this version. No one's ever really had a complaint about what they've done, unless it was the 1.9 update. But it ended up working out. A lot of people ended up returning to Minecraft, and a lot of people wanted to return for this update. That's what I just don't really understand about it because there's because there's such a large base of people just waiting for this update, and now it's not really the caves and cliffs update. It's just really the update, like Pyro put it yesterday. But it like a lot of the excitement has just been drained from me with this decision because we're getting everything in a botched way that would be a part of the terrain generation, and then 6 months from now we're gonna get all the cool terrain generation, which I understand is a good point for us like not wanting to reset the server. I think this might be relatively the first time on Nebula that I'm not happy with like a particular decision that we're making, but it's just like I said before, it's going to be a majority rules all the time. And a majority of the server thinks, we should keep this world until the terrain update comes out. And I like, it's not one of those decisions where I'm going to be mad and not play, you know, because of that decision. I'd be glad to continue this world, like I've said in the past, but I've been kind of banking on this reset for a little bit, and a lot of people have. So it really is just, it's kind of like a kick in the face, which is really disappointing to see. But yeah, I'm not happy particularly with what's going on with Minecraft at the moment, but the show must go on. We got to keep doing what we're doing, so can't just stop because of one silly little stupid game development update. So yeah, but just to show this off really quick before we get into the meat and the potatoes of the video, this building is pretty much 110% done. Yes. It's like 90% done. There's like one or two things that I want to do in here still, but it's at a point to where I can call it done. But just one of the things that I want to discuss is I still have that goal from the video that me and Joseph made and is now voided to get Main Street completely done and to get Zardes done. Those are still like the two things that I'm going to focus on the most, and then once those are done, I'm going to refocus the other things. But oof. There's still going to be that goal to get this stuff done before the server has any big reset, and it's completely doable now with the amount of time that we're going to have, and doable just because we're going to have the addition of the new blocks and everything, which is what we're going to go and check out because I haven't seen much of them. I've really just kind of looked at them. I haven't really played with them, so we're going to go into a single player world with one of the snapshots and do a little bit of a test build because I'm going to touch upon one of the positive points of having this update split into two parts, which necessarily is probably only the one positive thing that I see with it. So let's get into a test world.
Hello? Hello? I thought I heard me some footsteps.
Yeah.
Oh! What was that for?
Don't you go thinking again.
What? No! No! Oh shit! Ooh, this is nice actually. Yep. Ah, it hurts now, it hurts! It hurts! No!
Have fun going slow.
Jesus. I'm on half a heart, man.
Even slower?
Jesus.
You're on half a heart?
Yeah.
Oh, in that case, be gone.
See, they even redid the fucking background now. Look at this shit. This is even more of a big fuck you. But we're gonna jump into... Oh, hey, we can use more worlds now. Cool. Well, we're gonna create a new one. And we'll leave it on normal. Allow cheats, creative. There's one other thing I wanted to do. I could do Superfly, but you know what? We'll look at some of the terrain generation as well. But so something that I've thought about doing is that sometimes within these Project Nebula episodes, I think I'm going to do build updates for some of the things that I want to create on the next server. Ooh, come on, load. Ooh, a mesa. What a lovely seed. Here, you know, if people want this seed, there you go. There's the seed. 1.17 snapshot. It also looks like a heart. Now, I know they've said that there's performance issues, and I'm not really getting any. I'm still getting over 100 frames, so I don't see anything different with the performance. But I don't know what Mojang's big deal is about waiting for this, but honestly, like a lot of the video that Mojang put out, I really do feel like it's just a sign of lazy development coming over from the Bedrock edition, which I'm not a huge fan of that, and I really hope that they don't start to copy off of the Bedrock edition for their update decisions, because it's going to get very messy very quick across both versions. So, ooh, don't mind that up with a stone pick. Where? Want to find one of those new biomes, and of course, it's not anywhere to be found in a desert. Or one of the new caves. You gotta find, like, that azalea tree. And I will do this. / game mode spectator. Whoop. Wait a minute. This is the same old world generation. What? Oh, now this pisses me off heavily. It's the same cave generation. I wanted to look at the new caves and shit. Well, wow, so none of that's in the latest snapshot. That is some bullshit. Wow, Mojang. Really making the good decisions here. Okay, well, let's get to a nicer area. If I can find one. I think I'm back near the spawn, actually. We'll use this. Honestly, you know what? If there's no fucking terrain generation, then I'm just gonna go make a super flat world, because fuck you! Why the hell would you do something like this? Creative, world options, super flat. Yeah, look how fast that loaded. Oh, let's get rid of this immediately. Go away. Don't want to deal with them. Right. Alright, let me rule. Do daylight cycle. False. Okay. Should be all good now. So there is a lot of new stuff in this update, and some of my plans for Nebula is to build the new town hall that's coming up. on whether if we do an expansion out to the 117 area and build a spawn, or if it's a brand new world, at least when the full expansion comes out, I'm not doing anything in new terrain until like the full expansion's out or the full terrain is out. I'm not doing anything. I'm not gonna like work on a town hall. I'm gonna save these ideas for when I can best use them and use them well. So yeah, there's also all this is starting to look like modded Minecraft right here. There's all of this new stuff. We'll look at these as well, the beans. But 1.17 is going to be a great update for just this sole purpose. Look at these beautiful blocks. And then the calcite is... The calcite goes really good with like versions of diorite. The tough kind of goes with this, but like it's a bit lighter. And the deep slate is kind of, you know... I don't see myself using that too much. But this line of blocks right here, yeah, I see myself using a lot. There's also the new change that there's raw versions of ores. Chicken nuggets, beans with a little bit of sauce on them, and golden beans. These are going to be really cool to make fake barrels out of, honestly. And one of the changes that I'm not really on board with is the change of the ore textures. There's one I saw. I wonder if they fixed it. Ah, they did fix it. This diamond ore was 1 pixel over, or this diamond ore was 1 pixel over. But they, ooh, there's asses out there. Then we got the copper. We got all the copper variants that are coming to the game. The tinted glass, which I've pretty much forgotten about at this point, and I think everyone has. Now this, this is the good stuff right here. That's the good stuff right there. All of this is basically usable, and how would it look with blackstone? Not bad. Not bad. Could definitely be used in a really cool looking build. Oh, there's also that now. I don't remember ever seeing that. Oh, there's stair variants of all of it too. Oh, good. Here's all the coppers, of course. In here, I want to find the moss block. Now, apparently how you're going to get some of this new stuff is bone meal. If I can find some. There we go. So you just bone meal this stuff. Oh boy, don't do that. Well, it doesn't seem like that necessarily works yet. What about if I just bone meal, like, the plants? No. They didn't make these obtainable in survival yet. Which is kind of disappointing, but the moss block here is kind of useful for one thing finally. You can do cool stuff with grass now. Kind of looks like, you know, a pile of, I don't know, taller grass or whatever, like weeds or something. But you can finally do something with all of that. Oh, there's fence and... Oh, there's all the versions for those new blocks, which is great. Here's the most useless thing in the fucking game. So, you know, that's time set night. Yeah, it glows a little bit, that's it. Useless. That fucking glow squid is absolutely useless. But there is a lot of cool new stuff that you can use for decoration and everything, and like I don't want to necessarily just go and like blow my load on it, because it's just, you know, I go and build all these amazing things and then 5 months from now we reset and I have to redo it all. Which I don't want to do that, especially for the Spawn and Nebula, because I want to take a lot of time to build something really cool. So, and especially design a better town hall, because my God, I feel like the town hall currently could be done way better. Also, I just gave myself a squid or a fucking pickle. Redstone wise, just a lightning rod. Nothing about this has been introduced yet. How are we gonna get these? You know, that new redstone that all the redstoners are happy about. Probably not getting any of that. I think that's just about everything, other than like the powdered snow, the fucking amethyst, that useless piece of shit. But yeah, it's you know, pretty sure they go sideways, right? Ooh. Might make for a cool railing in some cases. Let me see. Cool. Okay. I could make for some cool railing or like piping at some point. That could be pretty cool. Alright, well, I'm going to sit down. I'm going to toy with something here. And we'll be right back. Now, this is just a pretty basic example of using all of these new blocks together with like one or two of the blocks that we already have. And I like that. It works out pretty good. Now, for a town hall, I probably wouldn't do something like this. I have a different idea on how I'm going to do the town hall for Nebula, and I'm going to start working on that because it's going to be my first main build on the server. Well, it's, you know, appropriately, I get some sort of a small starter base set up, but yeah. I'm kind of just hoping, you know, to build a pretty cool looking town hall, and one that's very functional for what it's going to be. Because, you know, the current one, I feel like, is good for what we have, but it could be way better done. So, I have some cool ideas coming up for that. You'll start to see them probably in a video or two when I get the actual building going, and probably until you're decorated. But I have a lot of work to do with that. And necessarily for the moment. I think me and Joseph are going to start to kick off working on things, maybe doing a few live streams. I'm not sure about that one, but we're probably going to kick off starting to get the city going and getting Main Street done. So stay tuned for that coming up here soon. So hopefully you all have enjoyed, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.